You ever notice how the moment you stop chasing her, the moment you stop trying to earn her approval, something shifts? It's like the entire dynamic flips overnight. Most men, and I mean most, spend their energy chasing validation like it's oxygen. They bend themselves into shapes they were never meant to take. They fold under the slightest tension. They jump through hoops just to stay in her good graces. And what happens when you do that? She stops respecting you. See, here's the thing most guys don't understand. A woman isn't drawn to the man who bends to her every mood. She's drawn to the man whose center cannot be shaken, no matter what storm she brings. Now, I'm not talking about being cold. I'm not talking about being cruel. I'm talking about living in such a grounded, focused way that her little emotional tests don't break your stride. When she realizes this man is not like the rest, the game changes, her patterns change, her approach changes. She starts looking at you differently because now she's the one wondering how to keep you. Today, I'm going to break down exactly how to move so she can't control you, can't manipulate you, and can't stop thinking about you. Point 1. Stop reacting to her emotional waves. Here's where most men mess up. They think connection means constantly matching her emotional state. If she's happy, they're happy. If she's upset, they're upset. If she's moody, they suddenly become her emotional sponge. But here's the hard truth. The more you let her emotions dictate your mood, the less she sees you as stable. And stability is one of the most magnetic, masculine traits you can have. When she's spinning in circles, you don't jump into the tornado. You stay rooted. You can acknowledge her feelings without absorbing them. You can listen if it's worth listening to, but you don't let her storm knock you off your foundation. When she realizes she can't drag you into her chaos, she starts seeing you as the calm she wants to be near, instead of the chaos she can control. Point 2. Keep your purpose louder than her presence. This is where so many men lose themselves. The second they get a woman they like, they make her the center of their entire universe. And at first, she might enjoy the attention, but over time, she loses respect because women can feel it when you've abandoned your mission for them, and it doesn't inspire admiration, it kills it. You need to be the man who is busy building something bigger than her moods. A man who, even if she vanished tomorrow, would still wake up with fire in his chest and a plan in his head. This doesn't mean you ignore her. It means she knows your attention is a choice, not an obligation, and that changes the way she values it. Point 3. Never explain your value. Too many men spend their energy convincing a woman why they're worth keeping around. They list their accomplishments. They defend themselves against her accusations. They try to justify every decision. But that's not masculine energy. That's negotiation from insecurity. You never need to tell her you're the prize. You live in such a way that she feels it without a single word. And if she doesn't, that's her loss. When you walk in that kind of quiet self-assurance, something flips. She stops questioning you and starts questioning herself. Point 4. Walk away from disrespect instantly. Not after the third warning. Not after she apologizes for the 10th time. Immediately. Women will test boundaries, not because they're cruel, but because they want to know if you'll enforce them. If you let something slide that crossed the line, you've just shown her your standards are negotiable. The most powerful move you can make, cut off access the moment she crosses a line you've clearly set. No yelling, no debating, no drama, just action. She might call you stubborn, she might get angry, but deep down, she'll respect you more than any man who let her get away with it. Point 5. Stay unpredictable. Here's what kills attraction fast. Predictability. If she can script your every move, she can control you. If every time she ignores your text, you blow up her phone, game over. If every time she flirts with someone else, you get jealous, game over. Instead, you move in ways she can't pre-write in her head. Sometimes you respond, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're free, sometimes you're busy. Not because you're playing games, but because you genuinely have a life that's full and dynamic without her at the center. That little uncertainty, that's what keeps her thinking about you when you're not around. Point 6. Never compete for her attention. If she's giving her time and energy to someone else, let her. That's her decision. And you have better things to do than fight for a woman who isn't fighting for you. When she sees that you're willing to let her walk without chasing, it rattles her. Because most men will scramble, plead, or try to outshine the other guy. But the man who looks her in the eye and says, "Do what you want, I'll be fine either way," that's the man she can't forget. Point 7. Be willing to lose her. This is the backbone of everything we've talked about. If you're afraid to lose her, you'll bend every rule to keep her. You'll overlook disrespect. You'll sacrifice your peace. You'll abandon your mission. But when you operate from the place that says, "I was whole before you, and I'll be whole if you leave," you've already won. That energy is rare. That energy is intoxicating. That energy makes her see you not just as a man, but the man. At the end of the day, this isn't about games. It's about living in such a way that your peace, your mission, and your standards always come first. Because here's the truth. A woman can't truly love or respect a man she can control. But she will move mountains for the man she can't. So don't just talk about being that man. Be that man. And watch how fast the entire game shifts in your favor. Comment word: unshakable.